This episode of Shop Talk is sponsored by GodsGlory Transportation. GodsGlory Transportation is built from the ground up, from the good Lord above. You can get with my brother Dennis McFadden, the owner and operator of GodsGlory Transportation, for all of your auto transport needs or how to get started. You can visit his website at www.godsglorytransportation.com. Will Gregg, owner of KME Auto Cosmetics, where you get more than you expect for less than you thought, and it's not by accident. You can locate KME 380 Neely Street, Sumter, South Carolina. Also, you can make contact with the owner, Will Gregg, at 803-840-8190. Frederick Benjamin, owner and CEO of a legendary art tattoo studio, where he's the best tattoo artist in the state. Yeah, I said it, the best tattoo artist in the state. You can locate Legendary Art Tattoo at 1155 North Ginyard Drive, Suite number 6. You can also make contact with Legendary Art Tattoo Studio at 803-983-9147. That's 803-983-9147. Jeffery Lampkin's Country Boy Kitchen. It's like a Sunday afternoon at Grandma's house. Visit their website at www.lordsoulfood.com for location information and to order online. Train So Hard University, where it's just not a movement, it's a lifestyle. You can contact myself, Excalibur Miller, on Facebook, or my Instagram, The Miller Experience, or you contact my brother, T. Miller, on Facebook, or on Instagram, Prodigal Son 36. Interested in being a sponsor for Shop Talk or the Miller Experience, you can contact myself, Ernest Miller, at 803-565-9752, or you can hit me up on my email at eaenestmiller83@gmail.com. You can also make contact with my producer, Victor Wesley of Vic West Production. His telephone number is 803-225-0021. Also, his email address is vicwestp@gmail.com.
Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up. First things first, don't do this rap shit to stand out. My plan's about to minimize the folks holding their hands out. Whether you on the corner bumming or they at your man's house.
On a scale of 1 to 10. How important is sex in a relationship to a man or a woman?
10.
Why is that, man?
Why is that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm just,
I mean,
you know.
no, my wife's had, since in 11 years, she's had 24 abdominal surgeries. So we spent 3 years at MUSC. I say it's important, but very limited. And you know, when if you're with someone and you love them that much and they're going through that much pain, you don't really care about that. But you know, I think it's real important. I think it's very healthy because it does relieve stress for adults. That's our thing. We need to relieve stress. We don't need to take each other's heads off. It's good for your mental status, and it's also keeps you healthy. Like. It's a very good thing all around as long as it's monogamous, and that's the biggest problem you have today is people aren't monogamous, and they think that sex is supposed to be enjoyed with multiple people in multiple relationships. And so in a marriage, though, I think it's very important. I think for a lot of guys, you guys can agree or disagree, I think it shows us love. Yeah. And women, you know, if it's tender and soft, it also shows them love.
Oh, you said tender and soft.
Hey, women like that romance. I don't care how tough the woman is. They like that romance. They like to feel special, and you know, and you never have to really beg for it if you're doing the right thing.
You got a woman in the house right now. Go ahead, Jason.
I'm an Adonis, okay? One thing my mom always taught me, we had a very open relationship in my house, was if you take care of your woman, she'll never go looking anywhere else. So I had always set my goals to make sure that my woman did not have a thing to complain about in the bedroom.
My man.
Right.
My man.
I'm gonna have to add compatible.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to add compatible. You have to be compatible sexually, because if you're not, then you know it. Then it's just motions. It's just something to do. Right. I can go watch TV and, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's true.
Yeah, you're right.
You're still watching the game.
Yeah. You know, it's got to be compatible, because I mean, we've seen on TV, and we all adults. We've been in relationships where, you know, you into it, and she like looking at you like, you know, when you gonna start or you finish, or you know, whatever have you, or vice versa. You know, you finish already? Well, I'm not. Well, I mean, come on, God, we've been going for the last 45 minutes. What? You know, so.
Tell yourself, man.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Get a glass of water.
Yeah.
Get a glass of water, man.
Yeah. Let me hydrate. I'll be back.
If you're going for 45 minutes and she's asking you when you're going to get started.
No. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said 45 minutes, I'm finished, and she asking, what, you know, you finished? I'm not, you know, yeah.
That's still on you.
So, okay, oh well. Guess what? Compatible. You're not compatible. Next.
Oh.
Wow. Ladies, what's your thing?
I think for me, back in my day, I used to have a business where I catered to those types of bedroom experiences. I'll say it like that, and talked to a lot of females that they were really reserved when it came to what they liked, what they wanted. You know, I need you to touch me here. Or, you know, I don't like it when you spank me there. And because they weren't having that conversation, their sex life was boring. But it's when you know, and it could be a casual. Like I was talking on the phone last night, talking to somebody. They was talking about being blindfolded. And in my mind, I'm like, look here, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know, think about it, because it's the thought of not knowing. I was like, okay. And I think so many times in relationships, and I'll say in dating relationships, we want desires and we want the whole total experience, but we're so reserved when it comes to that. Now, I don't want to tell you that, I want the 45 minutes, or I need the 15 minutes. We don't have those conversations, and that's why, sex gets put on the back burner, and when it doesn't happen as much, then that's when we get people venturing out, because, they talking about it over here, and they got me interested. They got my ears open, because in the house, they ain't saying nothing about it.
Do you think women, do you think women these days are shy about it, though? Because they be going around talking about, he got LD energy and all, like, what I'm talking about?
I think women are more vocal about it now because of the resources that women have and the choices that women have not to have a man.
Oh, reason matters.
Yeah.
Rosie.
I think too, a lot of people put daily tasks, their daily lives, before everything, and that way, and sex just get lost in the midst of whatever. And I think it's very, very important to have a healthy, good sex life. That's just top in my book, But I feel like people are just living they're too consumed. And you shouldn't be that consumed to where you can't relieve and release and just be free and just enjoy the moment. You shouldn't be that consumed. I feel.
That's a freak. That's a freak. Like a. Hey, you know what? I'm never shy about it.
Obviously, bro. You know,
Straight up, because there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
It's not. But
If you sold products, my wife did that too because of being in the hospital. You can set your own hours, and you know it's amazing what you just said. Women, you know, have always been kind of, oh, well, if I say this,
You're
not talking about a crowd of people. You're talking about it intimacy between two people. You know, and if you don't have those conversations with that person, that loved one, the person you're married to and you're dedicated to, it ain't never going to be good. You know, it takes two people. And you're right. You know, women don't need all that drama. I've heard that. I don't need all that drama. I don't need a man. I got Bob, okay? And that's it. Like, because they don't want to deal with the nonsense anymore.
but I don't think you did, but I don't believe the ladies got the chance to really say who values or thinks to,
Jason
sex is more important to you.
Sheesh. But I think it's important to take time to have those special moments. Absolutely. From experience, I think women are more open. They're more comfortable with themselves. They're more comfortable with their bodies. They're more comfortable with saying what they want and things of that nature. And guys, I see you guys stepping back. You know, I feel like guys are maybe taking the back seat now. And I don't know if it's intimidation because this woman has her own. This woman is doing X, Y, and Z. She's very independent. She doesn't need, but at the end of the day, fellas, women still, Rosie is good. She's wonderful. But
y'all ask too many doggone questions.
We still want that. we ask too many questions.
Yeah, if I tell you what I like, leave it at that. Well, why? When? How? How you learn that? God damn, look, this is what I like and this is what I want. Tell me what you like and what you want, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna read your body. So when it gets to that point, I'm gonna make sure.
Okay, I can't relate to you.
I ain't gotta do it. Just period. It's just period. It's like ask so many. Why you asking me so many questions? Let's just get to it. This is what I want. This is what I like. This is what you like.
You just want to.
No, you act. No. That's not what I'm saying. You say why men. You say why men stepping back. Men are stepping back because y'all ask us, well, what do you like and what do you want? Okay, baby, this is what I like. This is what I want. And then it's like, well, why? Now you just kill the whole mood.
But did you
I get what
think
you're
about
saying,
maybe
'cause
that got us off? Is you more talkative?
Well, yeah, because why you want to talk when you about to get it in? We sometimes our attention, if we already got our attention set on you at that moment, and then all of a sudden you answer the phone, or all of a sudden you want to talk about something that ain't got nothing to do with what's going on.
But we're talking
right there.
about what's going on. We're asking you what you like, and then we want you to talk about it.
No, look.
So, right, are we going to talk right before sex, or are we going to, if I'm going to give you my body, I'm going to probably know who you are, what you want, and I hope you know the same. We're not going to have that conversation. That's not going to be the pregame conversation. Like, no.
Talking dirty, like.
No.
Oh, you talking about talking dirty?
Yeah. If we're
Yeah. See, I think
the list of it is,
See, I think sometimes y'all watch too much TV.
Yeah. That real life TV.
Y'all be wanting that. Y'all be wanting some
real love and all that. Yeah.
And if y'all in the middle, like I said, if y'all in the midst of about to get it on, and then you, sometimes y'all can just kill the passion right there. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just like how y'all say if y'all meet a guy and y'all get ready to go on a date, and everything's good, and then he says some stupid shit, then you automatically turned off. So same thing with men. Sometimes we could be, oh man, I'm about to tear her up. We done worked out, ready to put it down on you, and all of a sudden you say some old slick, stupid, and we be like, yeah, not now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wrong time.
I want to address something you said. you said I'm paraphrasing. The men are they stepping back. Well, nowadays with a lot of women, like there's a lot of aggression. There's a lot of aggression. They're very forward. Whereas it may come off like men are stepping back because men don't have to do as much work. Because a man sit back long enough, it seems like a lot of women come to them. So a lot of times there's no need for the men to even have to try to even pursue, because women are just forward. And to be real, to a lot of cats, like that overly aggressive shit, I mean, half the fun is the chase.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
When you real aggressive and stuff like that, yeah, then they may eventually do it, but it's kind of a turn off at the moment. Not in all cases, because I'm not speaking in absolutes, but generally, you know, that's kind of a turn off because of men.
Well, what I was referring to was more so in the bedroom. We know each other. We're not just being an aggressive rah-rah person. You're going to work for me. I'm not going to chase a man, period, point blank. Let's get that straight. So you're definitely going to put in the work. So, and I'm in my soft era. You know, I told you guys that earlier. I'm real soft. I'm real humble. I'm real, relaxed. So, what'd you say?
The freak era.
Is that mine?
Y'all gonna stop. Hey, call it what you want. I know who I am. I know what I want, and you're gonna put that work in. This is not just some free game, some free easy peasy stuff over here. So no, the aggressiveness, no.
I was speaking in general. Just like I thought you were speaking in general. I didn't think you was like necessarily like actually like speaking.
But when I was saying, like, I feel like women know what they want in the bedroom. Like, honey, oh, I love when you know how you do that thing you do. We're more vocal with doing it and saying that now. Whereas to one point, I think women just kind of sat back and they kind of took it. And men, they were the more dominant ones. But this is all strictly bedroom. We're not talking about, outside. This is a sex question, and yeah, that's just who I am.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on, wait. Now the stuff that happens during the chase, I mean, that has a lot to do, with the sex, because the being turned on starts then. It doesn't just start in the bedroom. It starts from the first time I see you, how like the way you carry yourself, the first thing that comes out of your mouth, whether it's something stupid or whether it's something that gets me going. It doesn't just automatically happen, in the bedroom.
But guess what? You're not even going to get to the bedroom if that compatibility isn't there. If we flatlined, if you don't like something about me or I don't like something about you, we're not even going to get to the bedroom.
I don't think I was saying anything outside of that, like that it would lead to the bedroom if we wasn't compatible, because what I'm saying is you're not going to be compatible if you're overly aggressive, because you won't get to the bedroom, because I'm not going to be attracted to you. So I mean, you could say that. I don't think it'll hurt that man if you coming off overly aggressive, or if he don't like the way you carry yourself, your mannerisms and all that stuff. He's not going to worry about getting to the bedroom with you because you're overly aggressive. You already turned on.
If I may interject, what I think she is saying is she's totally the prey outside of the bedroom. But in the bedroom, she doesn't mind exuding some kind of feminine dominance. She's still in her femininity, but she don't mind being more assertive in the bedroom, which I don't know about you guys, but I don't think there's one guy in here that will be like, oh, babe, don't throw it on me like that. No, don't, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You get what I'm saying? Don't tell me you want me to smack it like that. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a preacher. I ain't going too far with it, but I'm just keeping it 100. It's a fact. You don't mind that interaction, and I think it's healthy. You know what I mean? To have that communication, especially before. So definitely roll in your femininity. Allow the guy to be attracted by, the little signals you send out, and then come,
What you mean by communication? You talking about having sex?
Yes.
But they like
actually in the bedroom.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that communication comes from the first time you have sex with that person. That's like preseason football. You playing the game. When the season finally starts, okay, I don't like this. Let's do this play. That's how it comes.
Yeah, you gotta get those calls right.
Yeah, that's where the conversation come from. Am I lying?
23.
Am I lying? That's where it come from.
Gotta hit that A gap.
I like this play right here. Let's go this route right here. Don't throw that out the playbook.
Uh-huh.
That's where the community came from, honestly.
Yeah.
You can say it, but once you're in that act, then you kind of see what you're working with.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
And it happens. You have times whereas before, after, you don't want it like right. Oh, I'm about to take your clothes off. You're like, well, babe, can you like lay me down? No, I should have known how to lay you down, how to twirl you, how to flip you all before we got here, and then.
Let's be real, man. That shit ain't happening, bro.
But
no,
man.
Babe.
Say this.
Come on now. Me and you was. But come on, hey.
I think we hitting on some good points here.
Yeah.
But what I don't think we're doing is dealing with the fact was who is it more important to? Yeah. I think honestly that it's more important to the female. They like all that, you know, like you said, I'm just, I'm a lady. So hold on, I'm gonna break it down for you. They don't like sharing that, but the truth of the matter is, females are more freaky than men will ever be. Yeah. It's just what it is. They are naturally that.
Yeah, my wife said that.
Right now, they gonna be lady in the street. They gonna keep it on the low. You know what I'm saying? And don't expose all that, but. The truth of the matter is, when ladies get with ladies, they like, well, I wanted to say, how do you tell it? How I would like to, you know what I'm saying? So they don't have that freedom before. Now they get into the point that they on the opposite extreme with, criticizing guys and coming at guys and making it the main thing. Whereas guys, let's keep it a buck, not, every female you've been with felt like they were the bomb. They felt like they were the best. If you really, they felt, but they could tell you you're not.
I don't know.
Yeah. They can tell you you're not.
See, that's that part of that feminism.
Hold on. Let me rock with this for a second. A female could tell you, well, you were good, but he the way he, and that's acceptable in society.
Now it is.
At large.
Okay.
And it's been for a minute. But if a guy say, well, it was good, but you know what I'm saying, you need to, you had too much.
You need to tighten that booty up. Shoot it up like that.
You know what I mean? Then the guy is wrong. And honestly, females really believe in their mind that they the best you ever had.
I got what you're saying. So what he's saying is this. Men ain't saying nothing in the bedroom because you really not it. So if he tell you you're not it, then here come the confrontation. So and what he's saying is a lot of truth to it.
So the conclusion is we don't have the value of sex the way that women do.
Got it. Yeah.
We value I value being in your femininity.
We gonna say you here so we can get the draws. Just to break it down pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? You rolling with my program. I value how, submissive you could be. I value those kind of things because with you being, that dominant and controlling and all that, that's great in the bedroom. But when we step out of there, if you bring in that kind of masculine energy, then pause.
Okay, so let's take this a step back for a second because I felt like there was some offense taken.
No, it was no offense taken.
I feel like some offense was taken. Now, I was specifically talking about the bedroom. In the bedroom, I am a woman. I'm understanding. I let my man lead if he's a leader. I'm not following the blind, a blind person. So I feel like what I said did not come off as me being an aggressive woman in the bedroom. What I said was, I feel like women are more open to saying what they like in the bedroom, and men are just kind of taking a step back, and they're not as, babe, let's get it, let's boom, boom, boom. That's what I said. So if you took offense to it, That's a personal problem.
Nobody took offense to that.
That kind of depends on the guy, though.
That's what guy.
I'll step back.
Because hold on. Just because somebody addresses what you say doesn't mean they took offense. We're all communicating.
Exactly, but I haven't even gotten a complete thought out without being interrupted, and I feel like my thoughts have been twisted in the process because I'm not going to try. I'm not being the man. I'm not a man. I'm not going to try to be a man. I'm not going to overtake you, overpower you. I'm going to let you be the leader, the king that you are if you are that person. You see what I'm saying? So when I say the bedroom, I'm not being rah-rah when I go in the bedroom. I'm going to say, babe, you know I like it like that. You know I like it like this. And let's do that. And I want you to reciprocate and tell me the same thing. Sweetheart, you know I like you to do that reverse cowgirl, whatever you want me to, I'm going to do it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a little lost.
I don't know because it was me, and then it was Q that responded after that. So I don't know which one of us got offended or wait. Maybe it was both. I don't know. I know I wasn't.
Nah, I'm not. If you took it as though I'm offended, I'm definitely.
The thing is, what I was saying is that I was just addressing your questions why men would take a step back in general. It had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with anything that you said that offended me. Now, if anything, I could have hopped on and once you started talking about how you were independent and strong and all that stuff. Now, if you really want to turn a lot of men off, that'll do it right there. But I didn't touch that. I focused on the fact of what you said, why men take a step back. That's why, and it had nothing to do with being offended.
But why I said that is because I think that's why women are more comfortable in being that way, because women have been pushed into this road to have to be so independent, these days. So if we are taking care of our own, I feel like we have more of a voice. This has nothing to do with I'm this, I'm that. Like, again, if you take offense, that's personal.
I think what's going on is this. Just like the question is, men and women. Women have the ability to separate their life from the bedroom. Just like to say, lady in the street, freak in the bedroom. Men can't do that because once you dishonor us or do something in the world, we think about it the whole time. So when we go to the bedroom, in the back of our mind is she could do the same damn thing. So I ain't gonna say nothing to her. That's what you're getting at.
We basically telling you from a male perspective.
Right.
That's all we doing.
Right, and I respect that.
And what he's harping on is not so much of the bedroom, but the broader picture. Right. And so you're talking really about two different things. Yeah. You're specifically talking about the aggression that it exudes in the bedroom, whereas he is saying.
But where did the aggression come from? From gay? Where is the word? Where did the aggression come from? Yeah.
I just think
when I said men are falling back in the bedroom and women are more open to telling what they want, is that aggression? Like, where did the aggression come from outside of that?
I like my woman to tell me what she wants.
Yeah, you did.
Where did the aggression come from?
So I don't think that's even. I don't think it has a negative connotation to it. I believe aggression is the fact that a female is taking more of an assertive position in the bedroom, and that's fine for most guys.
But it sounds like we're outside of the bedroom.
Yeah,
it sounds like you guys are outside of the bedroom. Why? Where did that come from?
Because I guess we're trying to
leading up to the bedroom, correct?
Like I said it. I said what happens outside of the bedroom leads to what happens inside the bedroom. I stated that. Now, I don't know what it is. Because personalizing this. And all I was doing was addressing one specific thing you said, and I was speaking in general. I wasn't directing anything at you. So I wasn't offended or nothing. I can speak or disagree. Well, let me finish, because I can speak or disagree without being offended. I can state my thoughts without being offended. Just because we may not agree with each other doesn't mean that the person that's disagreeing or if you're disagreeing that we're offended by one another. It has nothing to do with that. So
I said that at the start before we started taping.
Throw out the shaming words.
I said that before we started recording. I said.
But we have to act it out.
Yeah,
You can't just say it.
I felt like I was. I just felt like, okay, I think you guys are misunderstanding something. I mean, I'm hearing aggression.
No, it's
I mean, I'm a woman. I can hold my own, but at the same time,
This
I
how
can
we shop
be-
talk, baby. This how we
I-
talk, man.
So-
This how we talk. It ain't aggressive, man.
And this is what happens. All week you done scold me about not changing the oil in the car, not doing the dishes on time, and you didn't pick the baby up in time because you was late getting off of work because you done did this, you did that. You done worked too many hours this week. Now Friday night come, you tell me, come on, baby.
Yeah, and you're like,
As a man, I'm like,
Come on,
yeah,
what?
I get
Yeah,
that.
and
So what you saying? You ain't.
no, all week. What I'm saying is, just like Terrence saying, all week you done tried to tell me what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and all this other kind of stuff, and then Friday night
You ready to
you
go?
want me to be ready.
Yeah, that's a mood killer.
Can I also
Yeah.
be real about something too? I think one thing we have to realize along with that is that okay, yeah, men are attracted to women, but once you've been in something long enough and the and the new car smell ain't there, you cannot sit there and do what you said you did all week and then assume he gonna flip that light switch on and he just gonna be automatically turned. Like, nah, because it's not new.
And that's the thing with us, too.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm not denying that
They
at all.
giving some woman
I'm not
game.
denying
That's
that at
game
all.
right there now.
I'm not denying that at all. But it does work both ways. So you have to handle your significant other. You know, if you want it like that, don't treat them like shit.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday, give it to them. Wednesday, lay off a little bit so it lead up to Friday.
That's a plan.
I was a military kid, and so my dad was deployed a lot. He was a tank mechanic, and so my dad was gone a lot. When I say a lot, it's 6 of us that were in the marriage, and he might have been there for 3 when they were born. So my mom had to do a lot of it by herself. But when my dad got ready to come home,
You're going to Auntie Linda's house. You're going to Uncle Bob's house.
and she spent all day long preparing for my dad to come home. And I didn't know how important sex was in their relationship until I had another brother and sister on the way. So I do think sex is more important to females because if he would have been deployed and gone all that time and came home and was like, let me see what's on the game. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have had that same reaction to her as she had him. That's when she would have been like, okay, so what's really going on? And if that same chase, like you're talking about the pursuit of it, them communicating while he's deployed, the letters, the phone calls. You know, of course, they have that phone conversation like, girl, when I get home. And I'm thinking this in my parents' brain, but when I was young, I wasn't thinking nothing like that. But I always knew when Dad came home, we did not stay home like that. We was like, why are we here?
Yeah.
And Daddy would get deployed again, and when he'd get ready to be deployed there, we'd be it for somebody else's house, and it was just important to her. But they're getting ready to celebrate 50 years of marriage. And when I tell you, they literally say to each other, we ain't going nowhere. Not because he got benefits for days, properties for days, you know, they've done well as a family. You can just see the love that they have for each other. Her being a military wife and supporting him in war. I saw my mama cry, not knowing if my father was gonna come back from war. That broke my heart more than anything. And to know that, you know, something like little as sex could mess that relationship up. She wouldn't let that happen. She was buying lingerie. She had roses in the house. And we was like, and even to this day, my dad, for no reason, gets roses. Edible arrangements. They keep that romance going on nonstop. It doesn't have to be her birthday. My mom would get a new truck or car every year. I mean, he constantly keeps showering her, letting her know that, you know, it's the chase. It's the chase that, as long as the chase is not stopping, you'll find that cohesiveness in sex, that compatibility in sex. You know exactly what I want.
So with you 2 ladies being single, if the guy had everything together, everything that you wanted, right? He was a great provider, protector, priest of the house.
Hold
all
on, hold on. Are y'all single?
That's probably the first question.
Because she's been in a relationship 2 years, but she didn't think she was married.
Right.
So
I don't want that man watching me like, hold on, what?
my God. I read sign language. You know? But if he had everything else together, right, would you not marry him because the sex wasn't good?
But he had everything else together.
Everything else together.
So that's probably something that could be, is he teachable? Is he coachable?
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
That's a very good
Is he coachable? Right. And that's why I'm saying like this. And there's nothing wrong with saying what you want. Right. There's nothing wrong with it.
If he can't, but he's still a good, he's still.
So he's not coachable, but he has everything else. But
got everything,
But he can't teach him.
He's not coachable. He's not coachable, but he still has everything. He's making great money. He's spoiling you. He's taking care of you. Your kids, you. He might be slow. He might be slow, bro. He might be slow.
Thank you.
He can't be slow and have all of that. No. So my
Listen. Let me tell you like this. Let me tell you like this. Maybe you're Jericho. You know, so maybe you're Jericho. Now I don't know if you understand biblically, but you know, Jericho didn't have any walls. So if you if it's not so much that he's not teachable, but you know they don't march to the walls fell out, then what is he really being taught? Like, you know, that's laxity.
You said she blowed out. That's what you're trying to say right now. What kind of She ran through.
You know what I mean?
But he's not good in sex. But you flipped it. He has everything. He's not that great at sex. But now he's not that great at sex because of the woman's walls are blown out? Or he's just not that great at sex, but he can be taught?
It's not about the teachability. Say that's not the case, right? You feel that he's just not compatible sexually with you. And even if you taught him something else or another, that it still wouldn't work. Is that the deal breaker? Because I can say this from men.
Clarify for our audience. What you mean by he have everything? Like, you mean here, or
I'm saying he's
financially?
The protector, he's the provider,
I want to make sure.
He's the priest. He got it, and he came to the table with the table. All right? And all he asking is for her to, you know, roll with the program. You know, would that still be a non-negotiable? Because I can tell you from most men, not all, because you know my man right here,
Mr. Lifetime himself.
Yeah. Most men already experience enough to say like, all right, that don't have to be the priority. If I got a woman that's submissive, that's loving, that rolls in her femininity, that's able to, you know, go with the program, I can overlook you not being able to, you know, you don't have the sprinkler system, you know.
Hold on.
You understand what I'm
I gotta disagree on that.
Hold on. I'm just saying.
To answer your question, if he has all this that you just named, which is most things that we women want, and he's just not that great in that area, that would not be a deal breaker. Why that wouldn't be a deal breaker? Because who I am, I'm only speaking for myself. We're going to bring in some props. We're going to bring in some toys. We're going to bring in something to, because I know how to cater. I know how to take care of I know how to adjust. I know how to improv. I know how to switch it up and be creative. So if he has all these things, you think sex is going to do it? No. Because I still got Rosie over here. I still got other names I'm not going to tell y'all. But, you know, no, I ain't.
How long are you able to maintain that for a suitable amount of time?
I can't. Absolutely.
I can say.
I think it would be a deal breaker for especially me not being married before, never been married, and this is the man I'm gonna commit. I'm 44. I'm gonna commit to you for the rest, because I ain't gonna do this. I'm too old to be redoing this over and over again. I'm gonna commit to you, and you're telling me, you know, we get to that point to where I find out that I don't think I can do it.
So you mean to tell me?
I would want to find out in the pursuit where your head is with that, because your language should entice me to want to be with you.
Hold on, I want to say it.
How comfortable you are in your sexuality. A confident sexual man can get the draws anytime.
I feel like everyone is coachable.
But what I'm
Everyone
saying is the
teachable. I mean, you
satisfaction
can't be
part,
that
because what
retarded.
he's saying as far as like with the
You can't be that slow.
right, you right. He's talking about
So
financial,
that's why
right?
I'm open with it,
But
because
he's
everybody's
saying
so
if that
teachable.
man basically can't satisfy you, she's saying, oh, she got toys and all this to compensate. Them toys gonna break down.
They gonna break
They're
down.
run out of
It's
gas.
not gonna last
Yeah,
forever.
my point is, if you in a long-term relationship and y'all and he ain't satisfying you, you gonna go somewhere else, or you gonna stop dealing with it, because at the end of the day, it don't matter how much money they got if you're not getting your
Needs met.
you got.
But did you hear what I said? I just don't.
I
I
heard
feel
exactly
like that's
what you
kind
said,
of no.
baby.
I feel like that's kind of far fetched. Because if this guy has
answering
all
the
no,
question.
if this guy has all this stuff, he's definitely still teachable. So I'm gonna be able. He's gonna be able to do something. I'm gonna have some hope in my
Okay.
mind.
Look
He's
here.
gonna be able to do
If this
something.
man, I'm sorry, I hate to cut in front of y'all. If this man ain't beating your back in and you ain't satisfied, you are not going to stay with him. I don't care what you talking about. I'm a man, and if I got a woman that can't satisfy, come on, man, it ain't staying that long. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It ain't got nothing to do with money. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. Because too many relationships had done ended because somebody wasn't satisfied.
That's based, yeah, but that's based on age and maturity. There's too many variables with that because you know, right? That's what I'm saying. You know, I mean, for me, I turned 50 this year, and I've got a lot of medical problems myself, and my wife does. Yes. Now, I will tell you, 10 years ago, it was every day, 2-3 times a day. I mean, awesome, okay? All right, but now...
Y'all sexually compatible, right? When you...
We weren't.
10 years ago?
We weren't. Okay? You're right. You got to understand. You have to look at it from a woman's perspective. Her stomach looks like a railroad track. Like, I mean, she looks butchered. And I used to have to tell her how beautiful she was. So I think that made it's not new. It is new for me. Every day is new for me. I look at my wife's ass and I'm like, yeah, I like that. That's juicy, baby. After 11 years, I still want it. You know, okay, and so you have to keep it spicy and you have to keep things going. But as we get older, let's be real. As we get older, biology sets in.
Yeah.
You know, more and more men suffer from erectile dysfunction, to women not being able to naturally have secretions in that area, and it hurts here, which makes your performance go down and your desire go down. So a lot of it's based on age, but if we don't put so much importance on sex up front in the beginning at 18 years old, and we teach people that sex isn't going to get you through life, love is.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take all the time, and I think anybody is trainable. Anyone, if they're with the right person.
But you speaking of mentally and spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Like if y'all in that relationship and y'all done built the bond, and y'all come together on all those things, and long term, you know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about, like now, some of these people, like you were saying, just sleeping around and stuff, or just met somebody and you preparing to be with them, they ain't thinking about that. They thinking about, damn, this ain't gonna work. You know,
right, early on, but that's early on detection of communication. I mean, you know, if the man or the woman's not performing early on, and we talk about it, and you're not willing to bend, then maybe I need to be looking elsewhere, because if I'm willing to bend about, you know, a car I've had a dream of owning for my entire life. A Shelby GT500. I finally owned it at 50 years old. If you're not willing to understand that when I get the funds to do that, I don't want you, because you're not sharing my dream. And vice versa, it's the same thing with sex. If you're not sharing my vision and my dream, why do I want to be with you? Because that just means how much more stuff are you going to compromise on?
There you go. Yeah, I agree.
The biggest thing you said today, through all the conversations, is the communication between two people.
Yeah.
People go elsewhere and they say, oh, it's because it was a sex. No, it's because you were unhappy to begin with. Right. You were missing more than just sex. You're missing a whole lot. And those aren't opinions. I mean, I do have a degree in psychology, so it's kind of like, listen, you can only manipulate someone for so long, and then the true self comes out. So why not be true up front, and on the back end, the return's 100 times over.
And even to put a man in that position where I would accept him not performing, after so long mentally, it is going to mess with him, because he's going to see the reaction of me that I'm not satisfied. And it's going to wear and tear on him. I can't satisfy her. I can't satisfy her. Or it's messing with his ego in the house to know that you can't please your wife. You can pay the bills, you can take care of the house, you can mow the lawn or do whatever, but you can't please her in the bedroom.
And if you can't, then you're not listening. And that's this is opinion. For me, that's one of the hardest things. To be a good communicator, you have to be a good listener.
I agree, because I mean, the truth of the matter is, not only do we change biologically, but we change psychologically as well over time. The person that you married 10 years ago, 20 years ago is not the person that you're married to now. So you have to be have the ability to adjust, the way that you think, the way that you approach the whole marital situation, in order to make sure that you are satisfying each other presently, But sex is definitely important. You know what I'm saying? I just feel that the truth of the matter is, if we just keep it a buck, I think guys settle more than females settle when it comes in that area. I just think so.
I agree with that. So you about to say too?
No, I was about to say, like when he just stated that that the person you married 10 years ago isn't the person you married today. You just said right.
Yes.
No, you said right. And when I said that, I mean, I was speaking in the literal sense, and I'm just trying to address something he stated earlier. You said that you disagree with what T said because it's new to you every day when you with your wife, and I was literally just stating what he just stated, and you disagreed with it. So no, it's not. It's not something new, and we all know that in the beginning that's when you're going to be most attracted to him, like sexually, physically, because it's something new. That's when y'all going to be having sex on a daily basis, multiple times a day. And as years go by, it's going to damn slow down. And you just literally stated about biologically getting older and stuff. All that stuff comes into play. So really, if you have a wife that's nagging the hell out of you all damn week, and talking shit all week, excuse my language, you may tend to view her a little different when it comes time to do something. And that's all I was stating, man.
Okay, all right, and I probably misunderstood that. I misunderstood that. You're correct. That the mental status, sure, changes the whole picture. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, I thought my wife was beautiful the night I met her, and I think she's beautiful today. And it doesn't matter to me whether the top comes down some or the bottom drags a little bit, because I ain't no thing to write home to mama about anymore either. X knew me 10 years ago when my arms were like this, my chest was out here, and I was deadlifting 465 pounds. Today, I'm lucky to pick up a bottle of water without going, oh! So it's, you know, we all change. But the bottom line is, you know, you have to find that person. And you have to look inside yourself as well to say, is there, you know, all of us, I think, have had previous relationships. It's always someone, I didn't do nothing wrong. What did I do wrong? What did I miss? Because when I go to that next one, I want to make sure that I'm spot on. And it's all about learning and growing together. And honestly, I think as adults, sex is amazing, even more amazing when there's love involved. It is mind-blowing when you love that person. You know, I thought at 18, oh yeah, that girl was wild, boy, let me tell you. And then, I'll tell you who's wild, my wife. I love her more than anything in this world. And ain't no woman ever going to compete with that.
All right now, better say it.
How old is Gavin?
He'll be 17.
Oh, he's 17, okay.
In December. But my boys, they, you know, it's funny you say that, but my boys take the same road. Eric, he's 22, and he does the same thing. He believes in taking care of his woman in every way possible, so she never has a reason to run elsewhere.
There you go. By example, just like we were talking earlier. By example.
And I teach Gavin the same thing. You be good to your woman, and you treat her with respect, and you take care of her in that bedroom. My dad was a tanker, and it's funny you had said that, and he was never around. So mom is the one that taught us kids about sex and about love and all those things. And one golden rule I've remembered since I was 12 years old: if you take care of your woman in the bedroom, she'll never have a reason to go anywhere else.
You were fortunate enough to be brought up that way and have those things instilled in you. A lot of people don't.
Right.
So they don't know how to treat a woman. And
Right.
vice versa. It's just not how women treat women, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why, because you were taught that, and that was instilled in you, and it's not, you know, you don't have to be all rah-rah about it. You're making an example for your boys. I'm sure Gavin and whatever your other kid's name, they're going to make great husbands one day. But, you know, a lot of people, they don't look at it.
Now, I will say that growing up, women that, because my aunts and my mother and my grandmother, they taught you how to treat your wife or be in a relationship, and you model after their relationships. A lot of the single situations nowadays with the younger generation, you're not getting that. They're not getting that.
Women don't respect the older generation.
Right.
They, for the most, I'm not speaking across the board as an absolute, but for the most part, they don't value, women today don't value, I know I'm going off topic, but I just want to say this and we can go off to the next one, but they don't value the same the things that the woman before them value. They don't even see that as being the ultimate of womanhood. You know, they just feel like, you know, being boss chick.
Yeah. I'm about to jump to that one. I'm gonna jump to that one. All right, our next topic.
First, don't do this rap shit to stand out. My plans about to minimize the folks holding their hands out. Whether you on the corner bumming all day at your man's house, relying on government funds, crying cause they ran out. It's hard to believe you can receive when you ain't ran routes. When chasing the greed, most people bleed cause it don't pan out. It's time to proceed, so take heed to what your plans about. So you can grow seeds with no weeds, then watch your plans sprout. Everybody wants something but don't know how to get it. Pride in their way, hide it away and just admit it. Swallow that shit.